Yeah, I mean, I get to speak to Luca Maestri, this excellent CFO, and Tim Cook for, 15 minutes before I don't see what the guidance is, by the way. And just the things that you really want to look for here are the things that are sticky. The number of countries that they're number 1, 2, 3 in. The fact that the 13 Pro surprised everybody as being a much bigger phone than people realize. Wearables are excellent. I just think the services number, people signing up, and these are, again, very sticky numbers. You have a lot of people signing up, many more than I thought. You're talking about 825 million. By the way, why are people signing up? Ted Lasso. They're signing up because of Academy Award-winning productions. They're signing up because these guys started late, and they've moved on in a way that is really extraordinary.
Classic Apple fashion.
Classic Apple fashion. I think that you're looking at a situation where they're taking the absolute worst case, which is $8 billion. The lockdown is obviously very, very important to them. But the freak out, I mean, the stock was up 4 as they talked about the quarter, and then quickly plummeted. And this is what I'm used to with Apple, which is that they'll say something. No one will listen to the 825 million paid subs. And can you imagine what that's worth? No one will listen to the unbelievable customer loyalty, or that they're doing so well in customer. They're killing it in China. So when China opens, and it will open, people are looking at it static as if, well, China's not going to open this quarter. Carl, I like the quarter. And I think that so many people are going to lose again by dumping the stock because of the 4 to 8, rather than listening to how great the quarter really was and how much the buyback is and how the balance sheet's incredible and how they're just winning everywhere.
Yeah. There are some reports this morning that Shanghai starting to let some people out of their homes, about 12 million, according to Reuters, scrambling to get some factories up and running, which would have big implications, obviously, for Apple. This is what the CFO, Luca Maestri, said yesterday about some of those supply constraints.
Supply constraints caused by COVID-related disruptions and industry-wide silicon shortages are impacting our ability to meet customer demand for our products. We expect these constraints to be in the range of $4 to $8 billion, which is substantially larger than what we experienced during the March quarter. The COVID-related disruptions are also having some impact on customer demand in China.
Meanwhile, capital returns, would you argue the buyback at 90 was a little bit more than we thought?
Right. Look, I think you have to understand, what you want to talk about is the quality of the product, which is often lost. They're winning the battle against everybody else. So when things open in China and they can get more parts, more availability, you're going to catch up. But people want to sell this. It's always the case, Carl. People want to sell it because they just don't think there is anything more to it than phones. It is so not that anymore. As you get the phone, you take the services. I spent some time talking with Tim Cook about how great Apple, the cash is doing incredibly well.
Right, and the notion that you wouldn't completely discount further M&A from these guys was interesting last night.
Well, I think that they want to dominate your wallet. The only thing that Tim did not give me clearance on was I wanted the blood pressure on my watches that we're not going there. But everything else, whatever I said was, is this good, is this good, is this good? The answer was better than you think, better than you think, better than you think. But then, obviously, 4 to 8 billion. These guys do models. All the analysts do models. And so then they have to cut numbers. One of the major worries about how I've always dealt with Apple is that the people at home are reacting to analysts who are trying to make a model for the Ohio State Teachers Pension Fund. They're not doing it for you. And I think that people, if China opens up and they add back 4, then you're going to say, well, I sold it. I sold it because I thought China was going to be closed all quarter. No, this was a great quarter. Right. Just a great quarter.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.